Being a full-time self-employed artist is both an incredible blessing and sometimes a curse. Definitely weighing far closer to the blessing side, but it definitely has its struggle moments too. One of the realities of making money from your artwork, especially if it's your full-time income, is that unfortunately you can't focus just on the art creation process. You have to think about marketing, selling, growth, process, learning, and so much more. It is a very intricate machine that takes so many working parts in order to make this work. And it's fun, it's exciting, it gives you so much to learn, but it also pulls you away from that art creation process, which is kind of the point of it all. And sometimes that balance shifts too much to one side. And I realized that's where I am right now. Basically, I have forgotten that art can and should be fun. Yes, it's my work, but it's also something that brings me joy, brings me peace. It allows me to express the things inside me that I don't really have words for yet and maybe never will. For way too long, I feel like I've let myself put the actual art creation process in that work pile. And as a result, I feel super dull and sort of dried up when it comes to creating. I find myself resisting it, even fun pieces, even if I know I'm going to enjoy it. I'm about to start painting and I just come up with any excuse not to. And that doesn't feel very good because I know the creation process is something that brings me joy. It fills my well. It is a part of who I am. And when I feel that resistance against it, something's not right. Now, I'm a firm believer that creativity isn't something that can really be used up. It's not something to be precious about, saving it for the perfect moment or project because you fear that you have a finite amount of it. And if you use that creativity or that creative energy on the wrong thing, it's not going to be there for you when you need it for something else. I don't believe that is true whatsoever. I believe that the more you use that creative muscle, the more it thrives, the more energy flows through it. And the more you use that creative energy, the less fear you end up having afterwards about using it up. Because you get to see through experience. The more you create, the more energy you have, the more creativity, the less scared you are about making mistakes or, again, using up that creative energy. But sometimes we forget this little thing. And yeah, sure, burnout and art block, they are very real things, but they're temporary things. And for me, burnout and art block are always something that I view as a blessing because it tells me that I'm not taking very good care of myself. And as an artist, on a personal level, and those are usually really good red flags that it's time for me to take a good hard look at what I'm doing and make some changes. Because to me, they are that indicator that something is kind of blocking that creative flow, blocking that energy. And that is your body, mind, soul's way of saying, hey, we need some attention. So that's kind of what I like to keep in mind when it comes to burnout and art block. So maybe that's helpful for you. Give it a shot and we'll see. So ultimately, this piece of art that I'm creating right now is my way of kind of making a personal declaration for myself, saying that, hey, I'm actually allowed to enjoy art. Even though I make my income through my artwork, it doesn't only have to be work. It can and should be something that I love, that I enjoy, that brings me life. Because that was kind of the whole thing that I was chasing when I was dreaming of being a full-time artist that makes my income from my artwork. I had dreams of doing exactly what I am today. And when I feel unhappy about it, or that it's not fun anymore, that it's just work and stressful, it kind of makes you think, why was I in this? Why was I hungry for this in the first place? So having these little mental clarity moments, these little breakthroughs, are super important, and especially important that you listen to the way that you're feeling. Because now I am listening to the way that I'm feeling, and I ignored it for far too long. But now that I am aware that I gotta get more creative flow in my life, I gotta let art be fun again, I think things are gonna get really good. And I'm gonna be happier and able to create more fun artwork. Artwork is fun. We should allow it to be that. So yes, ultimately, this piece is that personal declaration that I'm allowed to enjoy my artwork again. I love texture, and that's why I decided to go with this kind of stippled damask pattern in the background and let a lot of those brush strokes show. I love contrast, which is why I wanted to go with a really dark background to make that bird pop. I love birds. What's better than a violet-breasted roller? These birds are like little fairies. They are little jewel-colored birds that just, look at them. They're so pretty. How could I not want to paint that and have fun doing so? And I really like weird things, which is why I allowed myself to get a little weird with this piece. Add some crazy texture, play around, mess around with things, experiment. And it was so much fun. So I let myself create a piece of artwork that was just for the sake of experiencing those things, without trying to create the next big masterpiece or even really giving it a bigger purpose. And I loved every moment of it. I know that I am not unique in this situation, but have you ever experienced a funk like this? If you have, I would love to hear how that experience went for you and how you managed to grow past it. Hopefully someone's going to see your comment and feel inspired and not feel alone, and it might give them that little burst of support that they need to also change the way they look at their artwork and make it fun again. Thank you so much for watching this video and listening to me talk about these personal revelations. Now and then it can be helpful to remember that we are just human after all, and these emotions that we feel, they're all part of the fun. They're all part of what makes this experience of life worth it. So sometimes we just need to remind ourselves that it's all part of the process. If you like hearing me talk about, random art related things, the realities of being a full-time artist, any of that good stuff, leave me a comment. It's really helpful to be able to see what you guys want to hear about, what you want to see. But I am so thankful that you listen to this and watch this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Stay magical, my friends.